welcome back. I wanted to jump on and do this video just in response to something that's been going around that I saw that came up last week. And so one of my friends sent it to me. And so when I saw it, I was like immediately like frustrated. And so I wanted to put this together to kind of address that issue in a more formal way and throw it up on YouTube for y'all to get. And please, share this and get this into the hands of other guys specifically. But I don't know if you all got a chance to see what happened with Dallas Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott. But basically, to sum it up, if you haven't seen it, what happened was that he went on an interview and they were talking to him about some of his his struggles on the field and not going to practices and all that stuff. And so Dak Prescott, who is a black quarterback, in case you are unfamiliar with him, talked about how he struggled with depression and anxiety over COVID and everything that was happening across the country, and how it was difficult for him to play and be energized and all this stuff. And so he was really candid. I mean, he really went into what was bothering him. And one of the things that he also mentioned was that his brother died by suicide. And so as he talked about that, he was saying that he wanted to talk and share about what was going on with him, because his brother had things going on, and and he didn't share, and ultimately he took his own life, and that he wanted to share, and that's a challenging thing for him as well. I mean, just a great example of a black man really talking about his mental health and mental wellness. So this talk radio TV host Skip Bayless goes on his show and rips Dak for his honesty, for his transparency, saying that it made him look weak, and that other teams and players wouldn't respect him and would bring it up during the game and try to get in his head, and that he is the quarterback for America's team, and so because of that he can't share his feelings, thoughts, or emotions, which is utterly ridiculous. So this is a prime example of the stigma that we find with our men being open about their feelings, their emotions, their struggles, and their challenges with their mental wellness. And so many of us have been taught to be strong and not to talk about what's bothering us, or to tough it out, and not really give any details on what's happening internally. Like, that has to stay internal. You can't bring it up to anybody. And so this is a big issue for men, especially in the black community. I mean, honestly, we aren't even seen as normal human beings, first and foremost. I mean, we see this with the Black Lives Matter stuff, and with so many black men being murdered by police. And so like we know that this is a thing. I mean, they don't value black women either, but talking specifically to black men today, we're really only valued when we're entertaining. And another sports columnist brought this up, Jamil Hill brought this up, that we're only good or valued when we provide entertainment or a skill like football and basketball, which is really how that shut up and dribble mess came up when LeBron was being active, or stop disrespecting the flag when Kaepernick was out doing his thing. And so we're taught that we have to be tougher than the world around us that really wants to devour us. And in a well-intentioned attempt to protect us and keep our heads on a swivel, we learn really early that society has it out for us. And so we know that that's true. But what comes with that is this weight that we can't trust people, and that, strength means survival. Like, you literally have to be strong in order to survive and make it out of these circumstances, or to make it out of this society that doesn't really care for you or value you, which is tough. And so like you have this, it's an interesting dynamic, because you have this experience where you carry the weight of the world on your shoulders, and you have to do it by yourself, even though there's tons of men around you that are feeling the same thing. You have to keep it to yourself, because you feel like it's a weakness that can get you harmed. So not just a weakness that, like, somebody may say something, but that if you're not strong, if you're not tough, if you're not able to deal with everything life throws at you, then it could literally mean death. And so the reality is, though, is that it's heavy for so many of us, heavy for so many Black men. And a lot of us wish that we could talk about it more and get into those details and to share that with another brother. And so I wanted to just drop a couple tips for brothers and Black men to take care of themselves. I want to say as well, in November, December, I'm going to do a series on this and bring some Black men on who work in mental health, and who don't work in mental health, like who do anything else, and talk about what their experiences are. And so I'm going to get into more depth on this in a couple months on the lounge. But I wanted to address this today. I wanted to do it last week, but I really wanted to address this today because it's so important to me. It's something that I live, and so I know others live, and I want to give that ability to do that. So first and foremost, guys, it's okay to talk and be open about what you experience. We encounter so much that we hold on to, from work to parenting to racism to police brutality, feelings of inadequacy, having to be the breadwinner or wanting to be the breadwinner. Those things are things that we carry. I want to say in this moment, all of those feelings and emotions are real and they're valid. Like, do not think that they don't hold weight because you can't talk about them. You can talk about them, especially if you can find another brother to talk to, because what will happen is that there's a two-way stigma break that takes place, a two-way dialogue that happens where you can understand what's happening with you and they can talk about what's happening with them. And so you're doing a job of two, but find some outlet, some person that you can really talk to and be vulnerable with, that you can trust. And I know that's hard for us because vulnerability is scary, but having that is so much better than not. Physical health helps. And so if you like to work out, like to go on a jog or run or lift weights, like those things help us in particularly. And so it's good to do that and stay active and kind of help you through physically some of your pain, because that's a way for us of communication in a way as well. Don't knock therapy. Therapy can be a huge help if you find the right person. If you don't initially, you can go find someone else. You can interview therapists. You don't have to, suffer in silence. Therapy is cool. It's safer now. If anybody's watching this, my email I throw up at the end of each video. Email me if you need help finding one, if you need help going through that process. And there's another video I'm going to link in here too that I did with the Black Minds Collaborative that talks about how to find a therapist. And so I'll add that at the end of this too. But just know that that's something that you can do. Also, the other one is, be patient with yourself. Like, it is okay to, want to do more and want to do better and want to talk, but there are times that we can't. There are times that we're not up to it, times that we don't feel like doing it. Be patient with yourself. Like, it's okay. And it's okay. We give a lot of grace to other people, but we don't give the same grace to ourselves. Like, it's okay if you mess up, try to fix it, do the next good thing tomorrow. And be able to have those emotions. And it's okay to have emotions. It's okay to be mad. It's okay to be frustrated. But it's okay to have joy. It's okay to have peace as well. We don't always have to be so charged up, which I think society has put on us to be. And so I want to drop this too for those who, you live with a Black man, married to one, work with one, friends with one, or whatever. To give another tip out to you all as well, please listen non-judgmentally. Let us be able to share without judgment. There's this show that my wife and I watch called Married at First Sight. And there's a Black couple on there, and if you don't know the show, people are strangers and they get hooked up together and they marry when they meet each other. So it's a really wild show. But on this show, there's a black couple, and one of the wife is really just not receptive of the black man's vulnerability. He talks about having depression and having times where he's not his best, and talking freely about his emotions. And she equates that to masculinity. So she's like, well, I was hoping I got somebody more masculine. Being strong is being masculine, like knowing when to get help is a sign of strength, not weakness. And so, we need that, and we need that open space. And so it's critical for us to have that. And so that's all I'm going to say for now. Please share this video with another brother if you think it's helpful and something that would benefit them. But I really wanted to get this out. It was on my heart to get out. And so be on the lookout for this series coming up November or December. And thanks for checking this out, and like, subscribe, share, do what you can. But thanks for checking out the Black Mental Wellness Lounge.